Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. It's Mary, and I'm here with this week's edition of 90 Days and 900 Seconds. Before the 90 days, season 6, it's tell-all time, guys. Part 1. And if I was going to give this tell-all episode a grade, I would give it a solid B. And let me tell you, Jasmine, as usual, emotional instability, enter the chat. Yes, I stole that from a tweet because it covered it all. So let's set 900 seconds on the timer and let's jump right into it, guys. Jasmine, what are we going to do with you? So here we go. So we start off with the cast showing up to the studio in Long Island City, Queens, New York. And this tell-all had a live studio audience, and I am highly insulted that I was not a part of it. What the actual fuck, TLC? Keep that in mind for next year. I need to be a part of this live studio audience. Just saying. So anyway, Dempsey shows up, and immediately she says Misha is going to judge her because Misha's Catholic. That sounds really judgmental, Stadler. Just saying, Stadler. Just fucking saying, okay? You sound really judgmental, saying that Misha's going to judge you because she's Catholic. But anyway, okay. Riley shows up. Riley says he's not there to judge because his shit stinks really bad. They're all talking about toxic people, and Amanda walks in right on cue, and then Amanda says she feels like she got a bad edit. No surprise, that's what they always say. And then they start talking about Jasmine and Gino. We have Christian, Riley, Stadler, Misha, and Amanda all sitting in the little backstage room talking about how toxic and crazy Jasmine and Gino's relationship is. And Gino walks in. Little do they know that Jasmine is there in person, and Jasmine has been listening to every little word they've been saying, especially Stadler talking all the crap on how Jasmine triggers her, and Jasmine's so toxic, and Jasmine is this, and Jasmine is that. Well, when Jasmine walked in, Stadler was quiet as a mouse. And Jasmine's like, I heard everything that you guys said about me, and I've watched all you guys' story, and you guys should not be talking shit because you guys are as fucked up as I am. Okay? So they go on stage. David's interpreters are off screen. David has a whole team of interpreters. David's looking good, by the way. Okay? David has grown a beard. He's looking good. Sheila is not feeling the beard. Okay? Now, Sean is doing her little, like in the beginning, check-in with all the couples. Okay? Sheila's not feeling the beard. Razvan announced that after Amanda returned to the US, he decided to take a step back. Dun, dun, dun. We will get into that more later, I guess in part 2. And big news. I have big news to announce. Christian and Cleo are still together. That's a shocker. Misha's shocked by that because Misha wouldn't be able to deal with a guy like Christian, flirting with chicks every chance he gets. And speaking of Misha and Nicola haven't seen each other in over a year, but he's coming to the US soon. More on that later. Tyree is sick, so he's not there in person. And he's doing okay, though. He's doing okay. But reliving all of this is the hardest part, because people keep asking him if he's okay after this whole Carmela ordeal. And he is okay, but just reliving it is the hardest part. And his aunts and his cousins keep asking him if he's lost his damn mind. And that's what we keep asking ourselves, Tyree. whether you lost your damn mind during that period of your life. So now, let's get into it. Jasmine and Gino. So they start off showing the clip of her complaining to Dane about her and Gino's sex life. And Gino is not fucking happy about it, okay? Gino's like, wait a minute. You called Dane to complain about our sex life? And look at you in that clip. You were calling him baby and everything. No, that's not right. And that is not cool. I don't like that. Then, because Jasmine wants to be 100% completely honest about everything, she admitted that her and Dane went out on a goodbye dinner before she came to the United States. I guess what day they went out on this goodbye dinner? February 14th, the day of friends. Yeah, did you know Valentine's Day was the day of friends? No, not the day of lovers. No, it's the day of friends. So her and her ex Dane went out on this lovely dinner. He bought her flowers, wrote her a lovely note, but it was not a date. No, it's not a date. No way. No. It was a goodbye dinner. Did she have a goodbye dinner with her kids? With her family? Did they throw her a goodbye party before she came back to the States? Just wondering. Because she went out with her ex and he bought her flowers and wrote her a nice note. And then she called him after she got here to let him know things were okay and the issue she was having with Gino. Okay, but don't worry. The sex tape that she has with Dane is before Gino was in the picture. So Gino shouldn't be concerned because Gino knows that she has a wild past. She's done a lot of wild shit with her exes, okay? So Gino should understand this shit. And like she said after the break, because everybody was jumping on her, Amanda was like, wait a second, let me get this straight. So you went out on a date. Everyone is like, so you went out on a date with your ex before you came to the States. And she's like, no, it wasn't a date. It wasn't a date. And Gino's sitting there going, wait a second, I didn't even know you went out to dinner with him. And then the sex tape thing. Okay, she's like, I still have it in my iCloud. And Riley's like, you have it in your iCloud. And then Gino's like, I want to see it. And everyone's like, you want to see the sex tape? Like, what is wrong with you? And he's like, no, I just want to see the date of it. So everyone is like, what the actual fuck is going on here? So when they take a break, Jasmine manages to switch the whole situation around on Gino. Okay, Gino should be pissed the fuck off, finding out that Jasmine went out on a date with Dane right before she came to the States. But no, Jasmine is mad that Gino didn't stand up for her, okay? Because Gino should know that Jasmine's a freak of dink. And Jasmine, you know, she may have a sex tape or 2 or 3 or 10 with her exes, and that's just the way it is. But no, she doesn't have any other sex tapes. It's just this one with Dane. She's going to delete it. And, you know, he should have stood up for her. So, because it's bad enough everybody else is attacking her, she doesn't need Gino attacking her. So, fuck you, Gino. Fuck you. I need time alone. Okay. So now, moving on to Statler and Dempsey. Dempsey is such a sweetie. She seems to have such a pure heart, and she's adorable. And Statler is going to eat her alive. That's my opinion. And we all know what I say about opinions. So anyway, it turns out they have a surprise for us all. They are going to buy a camper van and drive their way around Europe and just live the camper life. Yeah, Statler, who complained about Dempsey's quarters being too small, is going to live the camper life. Yeah, I see this happening. I see this happening, and I see this turning out really badly. Okay, so And Dempsey is going to work here and there because that's what she does. And Stadler's like, I'm going to be the breadwinner. I really wish I had somebody more financially independent. Like, girl, maybe you guys should have discussed this. If this is such a big issue to you, then maybe you guys should have discussed this before you agreed to sell all your belongings and drive around Europe in a camper van with Dempsey. Just saying. Like, then Stadler's BFF Natalie comes out, and all I have to say, it is very telling when someone breaks out in a rash during their segment on stage. Natalie has never met Dempsey in person. Natalie has lots of concerns about their relationship, and talking about Dempsey and Stadler's relationship made Natalie break out in a rash. That's all I have to say. The girl literally broke out in a rash on stage while she was talking, and that is a more telling sign than anything that was coming out of her mouth. She said she didn't like Dempsey personally, didn't give any reasons for it, but all I have to say is these two went from Dempsey wanting to be a mother really, really badly, and Stadler not wanting to have any children at all forever, to Dempsey, maybe I want to have children, I'm not sure, and Stadler feeling the same way. Okay, I don't see this turning out very well. I wish them all the best. I have my fingers and toes crossed for them. I think Dempsey deserves the best. Stadler deserves the best. I just don't think they're going to find it in each other. And I think this shit is going to implode all over the camper van. But we shall see. So Dempsey thinks this is going to bring the best out in her, but they're already working in couples workbooks because they have a problem communicating with each other. They're not even in the camper van yet, and they're working in couples workbooks on communication problems. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Nicola and Misha. So, Nicola is going to be visiting Misha in the States very, very soon. Sooner than anyone thinks. He's flying into New York in a week. Misha's going to meet him, and then they're going to fly to Minnesota together. So Misha's really, really excited about this. And guess what else? Misha got her annulment. Yay! They can get married. Now, the whole sex thing. Nicola will not sleep with Misha until they are married. And Nicola's like, all I learned about sex, I need to know from my 5th grade health class. And everyone is like, no, Nicola, no, 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 no. And Jasmine's like, it takes more than putting the banana in the donut, Nicola, trust me. And Riley's like, I give you 38.7 seconds the first time. You're going to be all, Misha, I love you. I love you. Oh. Riley was fucking hysterical. Okay. So Riley and Misha's like, Nicola is like, don't worry. Misha will teach me. And the look on Misha's face was priceless. Misha's not worried though. Misha believes that Nicola has the equipment he needs, just a couple of moves, and everything will be okay. Misha said he just needs to be popped open. Okay? So Nicola says, when Misha's his wife, they'll be doing it 2 times a day. Don't you worry. Jasmine offers some of Gino's blue pills, and Nicola says, no, that's a sin. Misha's daughters, Moria and Savea. I love the names. I'm sorry. Moria and Savea. I love their names. They don't want to feel judged by Nicola, however. Okay? They're teenage girls just living their lives. And they don't want this dude coming into their house judging them if they want to hang out with some guys. And Nicola says, listen, I'm not going to move into your house to judge you. I trust your mom's judgment. And Christian, which by the way, Christian is sitting there acting like everybody's therapist, throwing out pieces of advice. And it's like, dude, pot calling the kettle black. Just sit there and just like zip your lips. So Christian is like, but wait a second. That's kind of like a contradiction because you're saying that the man runs the house, but then you're saying you're going to move into Misha's house and you're going to let Misha decide how she's going to run things. Okay. And, you know, at that moment, I agree with Christian. Nicola was contradicting himself, but Misha says that she will not let Nicola be judgmental to her daughters and she will check that. Okay. But one thing that I want to say during this segment is Stadler, shut the fuck up, please. Okay. Why was she putting her 2 cents in? Why was she advising Misha's daughters? Why was she being overly judgmental to Nicola? She doesn't want anybody, you know, judging her. She was being very disrespectful while Nicola was speaking. You could, you know, you cannot agree with somebody, but mimicking, puking while they're speaking is acting like a 5th grader, Stadler. I'm sorry, okay? You wouldn't like someone to be doing it while you're speaking. Don't do it to someone else, okay? Just saying. So, backstage, Misha lets Nicola know everything does not have to be a biblical lecture. And yes, I agree with that. So now, for the last shit show segment of part 1, we have Riley and Violet. And considering where we left off, we needed to pick up with Riley and Violet. Is she fucking pregnant or not? Okay? So, Riley says it's common to hire private investigators when you are dating a foreigner just to look into their background, just to make sure you know what you're getting into. And everyone on stage is like, what in the actual fuck? Especially Jasmine. Jasmine's like, Gino, do you know, do this as well? So Amanda agrees with him. Christian agrees with him. And Tyree agrees with him. All the foreigners are like, what the fuck? But the Americans are like, hey, you know, that makes sense. And Riley said, I had to do it because I kept catching her actively lying to me. And Dempsey is like, well, you know something? I wouldn't be able to be in a relationship like that because the trust isn't there. And I agree with Dempsey. I agree with you all the way. So Riley said he did break it off with her, but Violet begged his family for him to contact her. So he did. He was in love with the idea of love. So he decided to contact her. Here comes Tiffany, his sister Tiffany, that caused all the drama in the first place, asking Violet about the app. And she comes out and she asks her about the app again. And Violet lies through her teeth again. She says, you know, I deleted the app, but I didn't delete my profile. I thought by just deleting the app, my profile would delete. And Riley's like, you're so full of shit. Because when I checked, it said the profile was active 2 days prior. So now we're getting on to the pregnancy test. She took the pregnancy test in front of him, but he believes that she slept with somebody else during that time period. And he's like, the timeline doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And then I offered her to go to the American hospital to get checked out, and she wouldn't go. After she took a home pregnancy test, she wouldn't go. Does any of this make sense to you? We shall see next week with the continuation of all this. But hot mess express. That's all I have to say. So next week, Amanda and Jasmine go at it. I want to see that. We will find out if David has been in contact with Amy, the interpreter, since he's been back from the Philippines. I have a feeling Sheila will jump to the screen and strangle him if he has. We will see whether or not Tyree finally talks to Carmilla or Christian. And we'll see what's up with Christian and Cleo next week. And we'll get the conclusion of Riley and Violet. So that's basically it for now. Thank you so much for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. Hit that like button and share my video with a friend or 10. Check out wordonthestreetreality.com for all the tea you need. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the support. And I'll see you next time. Bye.